not. I watched it before I went. Yeah, man, it was kind of crazy. But you ready to get tapped into this?
I'm ready. I'm
Okay.
ready.
All right, what's going on, y'all? Welcome to the Was It Good Though podcast, where we review movies and TV shows. I am one of your hosts. I am Jazz,
I am Jason.
and we are back with our side quest for the season, or excuse me, for the series Lioness season 3. We are discussing episode 4, Murder Hornets. But before we get into this episode, y'all please be sure to like, subscribe, rate, review. Also check out our earlier side quests that we did for the show. Episodes 1 through 3 are already out streaming on our YouTube, and also where you catch your podcast episodes. All right, Jason. First off, let me say, getting into this episode, as everything was going, the episode for me felt extremely long. And I wasn't sure if it's because there was a lot of stuff going on, but I definitely looked up the runtime for this. This was the longest episode that we've gotten this season. This episode was 57 minutes compared to other episodes, which was about between 48 minutes to 53 minutes. But we pretty much get it started off to where we see Joe is still, of course, kidnapped, and she's having a conversation with her kidnapper. What was your interpretation coming out of this scene? Because a lot of things were definitely discussed on both sides, and also I felt like it definitely turned up the volume.
Um, the conversation that Joe had with her kidnapper, it felt as if she was just like a big fuck you. Like it doesn't matter what you trying to get, what information you looking for. Everybody is doing something bad to somebody at the end of the day. And whatever you're trying to do with me, go ahead, get it out the way, because you're not going to get, or you're not going to receive it from me. Uh, Whatever it may be. So if you're gonna take me out. More like, I ain't gonna say like she a sacrificial lamb, but she was just like, I much rather get the mercy, because I don't think my people probably gonna get to me, or they gonna get me in enough time. So I much rather have that, get that mercy killed. But it's gonna be a slow poke. It's gonna be a slow poke. What did you interpret that as?
Man, it was a lot in this. Like I definitely made sure, like, okay, I definitely need to go rewatch this particular section. But there was a lot of areas in this episode where I was like, okay, let me try to rewind what was said. But one of the things that stood out to me was when he told her what made America so dangerous. And I'm paraphrasing, he said, because we always thought we had a sense of freedom. And then he brought up the fact of when COVID came around and how there were, of course, policies going around the country of wearing a mask. And you had Americans like, I'm not doing that, to where they're pushing against you not telling me what I'm about to do. I'm not wearing this, and just having all those kind of like confrontations of just like, well, we have these protocols in hand because we want to save your life. But then you had people like doing pushback. And so like when he said that, I was just like, damn. I mean, okay. I was like, you got my wheels turning a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, these first 4 episodes, my paranoia has increased a lot. But I mean, I agree with you. It's just I'm curious if Joe thinks she has enough to withstand any of the torture. He also said, this isn't my job. You'll see what my job is when we get to my country, to where it's just what you think this is right now. This is nothing compared to once we get you on Russian soil. And so I thought it was very smart when she was using the band that was on her head to like have her start bleeding, to where she could just have her blood around the room, because they definitely tried to clean that room all the way up. It looked like something out of Snapped. But
Right. I was curious because I was just like, why are you tripping now? Like hey, at this point, like what are you, when you get done with this fighting, what are you going to do? But then when I seen, of course, the blood come back up, I was like, oh, that's what she was doing. Because it was
yeah,
just like, I guess it was just random how she did it. But then how, where it started, going around in the room, that was interesting. So
yeah,
yeah.
because like because in that the camera angle definitely saw the blood coming down her head, and I was just like, damn. And then it got on one of the guys that was in the room, and I was just like, okay, she's definitely leaving breadcrumbs for her crew. Um, and then like after this scene, we see Kate and Byron pretty much debriefing. You know, they're discussing how the tracker, they were able to find it, but Joe wasn't with her, wasn't with it. So when they started talking about the worst case scenarios, did it feel like, okay, the stakes are definitely rising and given more of a what could possibly happen if Joe were to share a lot of this confidential information?
I already knew. That's why me. That's why I said Joe ain't gonna be here next season. In this, because it comes back up at the end of the episode in the previous, I'm pretty sure Joe's went through worst case scenarios. Has she really gone through worst case scenarios? It doesn't seem that way to me at this point. Or again, go back to the beginning. It's a situation where you never thought you would get here. And now
Mm-hmm.
that it's here, it's like, okay, cool. We talk about like COVID. We think about back in 2019, Jazz. I think that's when we was the most active in our chat, probably around that. Well, I ain't gonna say the most active, but it was really pumping.
The
But
bullying was
then,
very high, is what you're saying.
so we looking on the internet, especially like you was like my current events lady. Like any kind of current events your age was coming. I'm like, look at Auntie dropping the current events.
Wait,
And said,
you
this is
said
what
you
she
was Auntie 2019, nigga? That's disrespectful. I was like
But you
24?
used to watch. How many people used to watch ESP? Like the new
CNN.
you and your pops. That's y'all you talk about. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna keep mine. Hey y'all see this stuff going on in China? What's going on in China? So now I'm looking at it like shit. What's that? We on the lookout. We trying to make sure. Oh shit, this in California. Wait, what? What you mean it's in California? Shoot them. Kill all of them people. Like what are we doing? Next thing you know, we locked down. Um, so any of those like cases where it just comes to trying to keep something contained is in my mind it's always best to get rid of it. And that's harsh. But it's also military. And I'm just thinking the fallout of Joe being caught and being compromised, there's no bueno for anybody. And it's not just a situation of them taking her and holding her. Like they're holding her because they want information from her. So I don't, like I said, her coming back. I mean I can't see that, but then at the same and for me I'm shocked because I'm like the first thing I said just like why do y'all care? Like kill her. Like that we should in that situation. If I'm Byron, you Kate, we sitting here and I'm just like, well, she's done. So what's the next plan of action? Because we're not like in my mind, we're not getting her back. So it was I guess a little bit to me shocking that they went through those lengths to try to recover her. At the same exact, but at the same exact time, she is, they in their minds they still think that she's stateside. Which I mean, we do confirm that she is, but because I think that was one thing that I kind of think about when you said Jason, whenever you get to the second location, you typically die. When it comes to military rules, it may be a little bit different. I mean, so warfare it may be a little bit different compared to like regular kidnappers, and what may happen and how they be able to do that. But it's definitely a race against the time in this, and it's a lot of a lot of conversations, a lot of talks. You have to really, really be mindful and well, not mindful, but pay attention to what they're saying because they're using code words as well. They tell you what the code word is, but by the time they told you what the code word is, they done moved on to another part of the conversation about a new code word. You're just like, God damn, I gotta write this down.
That's why
All of
I
this.
have my subtitles on because like when they were doing the whole later on in the episode about the operation that they were going to pull, I'm
Mm-hmm.
sitting here like CVR. I'm like, the hell is that? The case manager here, and it's just like so much terminology to definitely follow. But so you saying they probably just like they should just go ahead let Joe die, basically.
In
That's they
my it,
aging.
But in my head, man, but she is a liability at this point. And we are, and this is, and this, we talking about at war, not just. like a typical, you know what I'm saying, like a person. Like she does have a lot of information in her head, but then I'm not military, so I don't know. My mindset is always they've been compromised. Get rid of them. Just like shit, the Riddler. He was like, hey man, he got caught by the police. He's no longer of service to us. Get him out of here.
No, you can't. The thing is, you can't do your people like that, especially when they get snatched up on your soil.
Now
Like
that's
the
the
thing
now
is that
that's that may be now that may be the thing right there
the
though.
optics is just like if you allow it to happen to one, what's to keep it from happening to the rest of them? And
But I
then when you
think
have it like that, it's a domino effect of like if they gonna let me get snatched up for doing a mission that we have not even benefited from as of now in episode 4. We haven't gotten no knowledge from this dude. It was a wasted mission, and we are in more shit from doing that. Like the fallout is crazy. I can understand if you go out on a mission and you actually get something. Jason, they haven't gotten anything. We learned this episode. They was Morgan Freeman said, Byron, has they given you anything? Well, sir, we can find out. That's a no. You haven't gotten anything from him.
but but on the other side of the Jazz, is that's the mission. It's no matter what you do, is a risk. You would hope that you go, but you, in my mind, they sent you on a go. They sent they flipped it on the double age and they put you in for me, and it goes to Maxim. That's my favorite character so far. Maxim. That I'm sorry, that's my
All we
favorite
doing is
character.
seeing him eat and drink wine. Like he
But
has not been anywhere else.
he don't need to be nowhere else because he's making boss moves from that seat, Jazz. Because for me, I feel as if he placed Yuri. I'm gonna call him Yuri. Y'all know how to say it. I think he put Yuri in place in order to play this game that he wants for whatever piece is missing. I think that's what the whole thing was from the beginning. There's something that I need. How do I get it? If I put this information in front of Alexandra, she gonna probably pass it along to them because she deals with the Lioness. They're gonna go back. They're gonna run up the chain. Hopefully, they take the mission. If they don't, okay, cool. But if they take it, now we can move how we want to move. I'm gonna play the game the way I want to play it. So from the beginning, like I said, Byron, like I said, when you were saying we talked about Byron, I said he was playing it, he did that dick swinging a little bit too early. You came in there assuming you was fit to get all this information. 6 months later, you have no information, right? No, it's not 6 months. That's still the
Yeah,
we
the
still in the
past.
past. We still in the past. They have the mark and they have no information. And 6 months later, now we got your biggest operative that deals with this or that's dealing around this mission. Like he at the table, yes, Jazz. He just eating, but shit, he making a boss move. He just like he to me, he's just as important as Morgan Freeman's character at this point.
Man, I a piece of me is just like y'all got played. Like
Losses are
y'all
being handed out.
y'all got played like really bad. And the thing is, you don't know who played you. Like you don't have any hard evidence who played you. You can assume it's the Russians, but the Russians over here just I mean, look, it sounds like y'all playing this game. We're not trying to play this game. So I don't know what prize you're trying to get, but let's talk about Ukraine. Y'all over here in a war that ain't got nothing to do with y'all. And Byron is just like, no, that's our ally. So it's just when you see these conversations of them having of like the back and forth, I just man, Max my man, I don't know. I don't know. He drinking up that expensive wine, doing his thing. But and I also want to say you owe Kyle an apology because
Man,
you was
fuck
talking.
Kyle.
No, ain't no fuck Kyle.
In
You was talking
this
big
episode,
shit episode.
this
Don't
episode
fuck
proved
Kyle.
what I meant.
No, it doesn't. Kyle did what he needed to do.
And you see her at the same exact time. She said, "Hey Kyle, you can't move like that in front of them.
In
Do what you
front
want on
of
your."
them. Exactly. Kyle just like, well, give me with some people who I can work outside the lines with. She said, they coming. You telling me in that situation Kyle was wrong?
Yes, I think in my personal
Man,
opinion,
nah.
yeah. Because to me, I'm gonna tell you why I was wrong. Kill everybody. Don't just kill one. Get rid of everybody. not just the one, but now in that I understood though. I did understand because I was like, dang, but in the same time, I'm like, oh, he gonna kill when he got the information from the second dude. I thought he was gonna kill him too.
I did think that, yeah.
So I was like, okay, why you didn't kill him? I'm like, everybody should have just been. But then it come back to the whole thing of Denmark, that's Russian intelligence being on American soil. That's a problem. Um, them dying, but of course, they're gonna get back, to their people, what they doing. So,
But it's just like y'all can go ahead and report all you want to, but tell
mhm,
them as to why we needed to show up. Y'all snatched up an American citizen on our soil. So he was just like, dude, body probably already in the water right now, and ain't nobody gonna say nothing.
mhm,
But I was glad that Kyle did kill him, because last week or 2 weeks ago he was talking big shit to old girl when they had the family up, and I was just like, Kyle ain't really buck in that moment. I'm just like, don't have Kyle out here communicating fake threats and not actually going out and doing what he need to do with it. So in this one I said, oh yeah, Kyle's like, y'all don't know what they're gonna do to her. We at war right now. So I was like, oh yes, Kyle. Yes, that's the kind of person I want looking for me if I get snatched up, because he just gonna take people out. You see dude face when he saw the body, where he got the information, he turned, he said, JLK. He was started going out the letters. Like he was like, yeah, I ain't trying to die. And I was like, exactly. You got to make an example out of one of them to get the information.
yeah,
Because if you just
yeah,
keep snatching up um hostages and taking them to go like get questions answered, you did that when you found those two spotters outside of Joe's house. Have we
mhm.
gotten any information from them as of
I, mean,
right
I, I
now?
didn't, I didn't anticipate them getting any information from anybody anyway. I
I
just
should
don't.
have just
I don't expect that ever. Like that I never expect you to take a person and they give it up. Like not war minded people. If I snatch somebody off the street, yeah, they're gonna give me everything I need.
Kyle got the tag information in this episode. He just had to shoot somebody first, and he loaded him up. Bobby got shook. I ain't never seen Bobby shook. Bobby was like, "Oh man, no, come on now." But you know who didn't flinch? Cruz. Cruz was just like, "It is what it is." But I did you see that Cruz scooped up a cell phone from that car?
I missed it. Which
She
car?
It was one of the cars that was in that location, and Cruz opened up the door, and it was a cell phone in there.
Oh,
And
okay.
so she took it, but that has to come back up because you see her put the cell phone in her pocket. But yeah, I was definitely cheering Kyle on. I was like, I'm gonna make sure to defend him in this episode
It's
because she
it's
was
it's,
giving
it's okay. It's just say it's the bearded white man with a nice body. Just
nope,
say that.
nope,
Just say
nope. I
that.
didn't even say nothing about his body. I didn't say
Jazz. It's
nothing
not.
about his
It's
body,
nothing else. It ain't nothing else because the
Jason.
other people are way more helpful than Kyle is.
Who?
Because Joe team, everybody on Joe team are way more helpful than Kyle is.
Kyle is getting information. As of now, Kyle
Jazz,
has been getting
hey,
information.
Jazz, this is season 3. What information have you gotten in the last 2 seasons from Kyle?
This is what you're doing. You going back to the past. We talking about right now. Joe wasn't snatched up 2 seasons ago, Jason.
I said he was annoying 3 episodes ago.
Listen, he's been getting us information. He got us Alexandria kicked in the face with Cruz. Like Kyle and Cruz, them the two right there that you
My
want
girl,
on the team.
Cruz is my girl for sure. Cruz is my girl for sure. I'm really just I'm really just nitpicky with Kyle.
I know.
He's not the worst of the worst. There's TV shows out there that really got worse people for sure, for sure.
Yeah. I'm just like, kick it off his back. But earlier in this episode, we see Byron tell Morgan Freeman's character, don't tell the president yet.
Yeah, hold on,
2 days later. All right, so tell the president.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, sir. I love seeing Byron cry to a black man. I appreciate that. I need to see it on camera. I'm so sorry, sir. I don't know what to do.
He
Yeah.
had to hold that L.
He
He
was
he
like, I
walked in there, he said, 10 minutes. We were 10 minutes away from getting her. That's gotta suck. That's gotta suck. But so if you saw it, and then Morgan Freeman was just like, all right, so now you have the president is going to get this information. And he was just like, the president didn't even know about the entire mission.
Yeah, that's a tough one. But that's like the next thing I went in my mind is so wild because I'm not military. It's like, okay, so then how many operatives are they running to the president? But I'm assuming it's because they dealing with enemy territory. They out in Ukraine. They going over Ukraine, going to Russia, doing these operative missions. And it's like, why would it go to him? He's dealing with so many other things compared to what this is. But the fallout of this situation is definitely real.
Childish ass got hiccups again.
Chill out, man. Go,
That's
go,
crazy. All right,
go.
all right. Back to the adult side of the conversation. But no, it had me thinking that as well, because I was just like, how many missions do y'all run without the president even knowing? Having zero idea of y'all functioning and doing all of this kind of stuff. But I mean, I guess when you have competent people that are smart, educated on it, they know what they're doing. I trust them. That's why I put them in that position to handle it. But then when you look at today, get out of Lioness and get into reality. How many like secret ops do you think are happening today that our cheddar in chief is not familiar with?
Cheddar and cheese. Well, with him, I mean, he seems very busy, very nosy. He's probably running his own operations on the low. I would hope that there's somebody with the military telling him no or stop or telling him that they did something they're not doing it. I would hope, but he seems like the guy. He reaching out across the water getting stuff done anyway. So ain't no telling what that dude.
Yeah, that's true. Let me go ahead and feed y'all over there and let my citizens over here be dying and struggling and all the other shit. But this episode, we definitely got a nice amount of present day activities.
Mm-hmm.
And you got to see how things were happening while Joe was, of course, snatched up, to where you're seeing less of Joe. Now, I'll say a few things that I've been seeing online is us preparing for this might be her last season. Like, because did you say that last week? Like, Joe might be out of here. I was like, no, but
That's my worst case scenario.
and you know what? I feel like that last scene, it was not only preparing Neil, it was preparing us as well.
Uh,
I think I was sitting there and I'm like, okay, so what are our chances of her coming back? And the fact that they started the episode present day gave us some events from the past, and then 5 days after her getting snatched up.
mm-hmm.
So it's just the pacing of this episode, which made it seem so long, but it was so many scenes where I was like, okay, this is where the episode gonna finish. This is where the episode gonna finish, but it didn't. It kept coming back, and I was like, oh. But then when Kate got in the car and you see Neil outside the house crying, I I put my hands on my chin. I said, that wasn't just for you, Neil. That was for us. We not gonna get Joe back.
I was like, okay, the show is finally a show now. Like it has to be like this. I was expecting this. I felt as if maybe this is what the three was prior to. Uh like I felt as if like even with Kate, like I mean that's just what it I mean that is she's a casualty at war. Like when you get into those scenarios, you doing those operations, this is what can happen. And unfortunately, this is just the worst of the worst. Happening. And you would hate for that to happen on, stateside, because how many other people, as they say, how many operatives can they find? Or what would that really look like if they was to open up this Lioness program and they show you how many Lioness was in there, how many people they took down, how long has this been going on? It can be a mess.
Yeah, because then it just has you having conflict with your allies,
But
international allies. Like, whoo.
so I gotta ask you, which one is worse to you? Which is worst case for you between 1, 2, and 3?
Uh, well, I'm gonna say Joe dying. Oh, no, not for you.
Nah, two. Her getting prosecuted is definitely a lot worse.
Oh, well, yes. I mean,
You talking about personal.
yeah, because I'm
I'm
just like, I
talking
don't want you to
about
die, but
this.
then
I'm talking
realistic.
about the states.
I mean, well, yeah, because if she gets prosecuted, it's just that that's worse than death. Just to be, like Kyle was
Nah,
like that. You don't want that for her.
yeah, because he worried. Now he's worried. So
Yeah,
now we see what a worried Kyle looks like, in this scenario. Then Bobby O snitching ass, man. Bobby going on.
that's why I told you Bobby was over here. Like she got shook. She said, "Ma'am, let me talk to you." Like now, come over here. I'm sitting here like, oh, here you go telling. Kyle ain't even flinch. He was just like, look, this is war. And he broke it down to him. But nah, I don't see her. That would be crazy if they ended it to where it's scenario two, to where you no longer see her character, but like she's prosecuted over in another country. But then how like what would that mean for a season four? You're not just gonna have like a regular Lioness type of episode. Like that whole episode is gonna be pushed back from if Joe is prosecuted. Like that would be crazy. And that would just change up the formula for the entire series, which I wouldn't be mad at it. I mean, I have confidence in Taylor's writing abilities because he's writing 1,600 different projects. Like he's a white Tyler Perry, except he's putting more effort into his quality of writing. But I mean, I
He
don't
has
think it
people.
would go down that road.
He has people complaining about him as well.
I did see somebody's getting sued
Yeah,
for like what Yellowstone. A
yeah.
woman
For
was just
Yellowstone,
like,
he
"This is
stole
my
her idea.
idea."
Yeah, okay, man. Yeah. I don't know. I can't say, but I know there's people that do complain about he doesn't know how to write women in these shows, and it's kind of papered. But also the Lioness group spoke out against what the show is as well. They said it's not what Lioness do, which at the end of the day, it was probably inspired by what he felt or maybe something that he's seen. But it's a TV show. Come on now, it can't be real, you know.
I mean, I guess I can understand the frustrations because that's just like if somebody creates a project of what they believe black men are and how they're interpreted, to where it's just like, yo, that's
Jazz.
not. I
You
was using it
comparing
as an example.
comparing people to a group. Now,
I'm
if you would have
just
said
saying.
Like Black Panthers or something, then
Okay, let me
I
do
would
Black Panther, like a
Black men.
my bad. Sorry, fellas. If they did a movie on like the Black Panther Party, just like, wait a minute, that does not represent us, especially if it's a successful show that's getting a lot of viewership. You'd want it to be, very accurate if you're a part of that group. So I can definitely understand that. So, but yeah, so we go back 6 months and you see Joe with her family. For anybody that's watching on a YouTube, Jason has it as his background. Jason, what did you think about this family gathering, which pretty much pivoted to Joe and Neil talking before she left for work?
We just having a serious conversation. So it's just like a serious
I
talk.
was like, I love that.
um, I mean, I think it's needed. I think Neil is reasonably concerned, considered everything that's been going on, and I don't think he was wrong to pull the kids out of school. And for Joe to just find out now, maybe the issue was Joe finding out in that moment, but at the same time, it's when am I gonna tell you? You got too many things going on. Like you're in a whirlwind or of issues. And I keep seeing people keep on saying, I don't think so. I just think that he's been somewhat prepared for what's been going on, but again, now it's at his front door. So he has to come to terms or come to grips with it. But then not even just that Joe just had to kill some people. I'm assuming they went back and they told him about the truck incident or the interstate incident with the kids going to school.
Yeah.
So he's also dealing with that. And then the third thing, they talk about oaths. Also watching the Lanterns. Go check out that review now. We talk about people taking the oaths and what the oaths mean to certain people. So they have a military oath to the U.S. and he has his oath to his patients, and it's two completely different oaths in how they carry it and what it means to both of them. It's her trying to get him in a to use a firearm. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. On the flip side, like right now, it's just like I said, him just being very cautious. And with everything that's going on, he's just worried about his wife, his kids, and everything. So I don't think it's wrong, but at the same time, he got to buckle up. But at the same time, it's hard to tell a regular person how to control their emotions, their feelings, considering everything, or the gravity of everything that they're facing right now, too.
Yeah. Um, like when they were having that discussion, I was more on Neil's side because I even though I understood what Joe was saying, she told him she was like, "Your oath is naive," and I was just like, "All right, Joe, come on, sis," because Neil has been like open with like understanding to a certain extent, even though I also feel like Neil has been able to benefit from not knowing all the nasty shit that happens within the country of the violence and things that Joe knows and has witnessed. Like he's not aware of any of that to where he's just like, I want us and our children to be able to live in a country where none of this stuff actually really happens that much. And she put her hand on his shoulder. She said, honey, listed all the different assassinations that have happened. She was like, the world didn't become this way. The world has always been this way, which is why I feel like she goes so hard to where it's just like, we know that there's nasty, terrible people out there. And she's seeing the ugly side of it. And I feel like that's a side that Neil has not experienced. And what Joe and Lioness program and everything that they're doing, they're just like trying to make it to where people like Neil never have to see it, witness it, or experience that side of it. So, and I mean, I guess you can kind of look at it like when we have our soldiers that go to war and deal with all of the ugly, terrible things that they witness. It's just like they're doing that to make sure we're able to be safe and sleep at night. You know what I mean? Because where you have countries where those people don't know peace. They don't know any kind of calm quietness. They're living in fear every single day.
Mm-hmm.
And with us over here, you know, Americans, certain most of us, we bitch and complain about shit that don't even matter. It's like, oh, you cut me off in traffic. Oh, I'm having a shitty day. Well, some people in a different country had a bomb go off down the street from them, and their neighbors are now killed. So it's kind of those things to where you watch this and it's just we sometimes, well, I'll say, I'll just speak for myself. Sometimes it just forget the privilege that we have, you
Forget,
know.
turn a blind eye.
Uh, well, Jason, well, I'm talking about me, Jason. You can say what you do. You say what you do. But
I just don't think you forget. That's it. That's all I'm saying.
I mean,
I don't think it's on a blind eye. I don't think that's something that's beyond
I guess
our
we have
scope.
it's a privilege to where it's nothing that is in front of our face every day.
I think so. If anything, not for you. I'm gonna speak for me, as Jess just said. She spoke for
Thank you.
herself. I
Like,
don't want
don't
to speak
speak
for
for
her,
me.
but I think that we sometimes I don't think we truly understand the privileges that we have until we see the news when you seeing women being slain, whole families being taken away. Like you
Genocides.
said, exactly. Yeah, people out just going crazy for the country or whatever they think or feel is righteous to them. How they doing those things, and we can wake up and podcasts. We are talking about a TV show about the world. Um, that is this is his scope, his lens, what he sees or how he sees it. And some stuff can be true, some stuff can be whatever, however you feel about it. It's stuff that we don't have to wake up and think about. I wake up, think about whatever goes on in my bubble. They have to wake up and think about everybody's bubble.
Right.
And this is a constant, it's just a constant thing. And people playing different games um in these but it's lives are at stake in every one of these situations. So yeah, I couldn't even imagine.
Yeah. But I do like he was just like which before she was about to leave, she said, Neil was like, I'm not mad. I'm just scared, Joe. I'm just scared. And they had a wholesome moment. And I was like, I don't like when y'all fight. I'm like the
It's,
girls, like, I don't like when y'all fight. Don't fight, please.
sometimes it's needed, man. Sometimes it's needed. Like I get that, but the funny thing, kids always they get mad at that, but they be at school causing all types of hell and chaos.
Every kid doesn't do that. There are some kids that go to school actually want to get an education and they go back home.
Yeah, we ain't talking about them. We talking about
Oh.
them two kids in that house.
The youngest daughter be chilling.
Well, shit, maybe we don't know.
You ain't seen her do nothing for you to think she is a problem.
We ain't seen the old one do nothing since the first season, so thank God.
Since the first season, we witnessed her do some shit. We ain't witnessed the youngest daughter do anything.
It's true.
So
This
if
is
I gotta
true.
think which one's the most annoying one, I'm gonna say it's the oldest one because of what she did in the first season. She didn't scale back. I'm glad because I'm just like, I ain't
Yeah,
trying to deal with that.
yeah. Cut that. Get rid of that storyline.
I
Praise God. Praise God.
But we got a wholesome scene with the crew when they're getting ready for their new mission.
They're undercover.
I said somebody's definitely dying.
I did too. This is the confirmation that somebody is getting the fuck up out of here. That was a nice funny scene. Funny. That's also this with Jassy and Kyle right here.
No, I was looking at oh buddy, LaMonica. That's who I
Yeah, I
was
bet
really looking at.
he ain't had no show. He had a shirt on. I ain't see it.
He did. It was there. Everything.
Was
I'm glad
was
they
was it was it was it blinking? You miss it?
nope, I
Cause
wouldn't.
Kyle was just he's fit to go do fight against the Winter Soldier or something.
Nah,
He was just saying
because
that.
he was just like Bobby said, I need to get in this mirror too. He said, no, I need to get some of this mirror action. I was just like, yes. But see, Taylor on some fuck shit because I'm sitting here like you could have gave them a lot more screen time with their shirts off since you ain't giving us no cheeks and no dick. But I'm just like,
Thank you, Taylor.
no,
Thank you, Taylor.
that's
Make
bullshit.
make TV real again. We
No,
don't need
no.
we don't
You
need
got
that.
these swole men up in
We
here. I'm
don't
just
need
like, what are we doing?
cheeks. That men ain't. I'm gonna keep men ain't just walking around with their cheeks out like that though. You know what I'm
But
saying?
see, since they're a team, they get dressed in the same room anyway. So them all getting dressed and being naked around each other is nothing new for them. It's just new for us as the viewers because we don't ever get to see it.
I don't think so, man.
I just think it's unfair. But yeah, this
I think
wholesome
you.
scene.
Thank you.
Listen, if I can write me a series and now like I can sell it,
You
ladies,
gonna
I'm gonna make sure have some nude. Look, the cheeks is gonna be in there, and it's gonna be unnecessary cheeks. It's not gonna have anything to do with the storyline. I'm just gonna put the details in there, like, oh, he just walked out there naked, just be fucking cuz. I remember every time I watch something, I'm just like, I ain't seen no dudes, but the women is all naked. Like that just seems like equal opportunity. I'm just
But
saying,
I think the opportunity is women like naked women. Men don't like naked men.
it don't matter what men like. Fuck y'all. Y'all like. Uh, we're not gonna do this. We're
Thank
not.
you.
We're
Because
not
you're
doing it.
talking about seeing naked men. It's not fuck men. Like why are you doing it?
I'm not doing nothing. I just some men like seeing naked men. I'm
Yeah, I
thinking
know.
about y'all too. I'm thinking about y'all too.
You think they watching this show?
Yes.
Hmm.
Why not? Why wouldn't they?
They watching Reacher.
Is it? It's the cheeks over there.
I don't know what.
But you said it. I don't know. Somebody that's watching Reacher, let me know in the comments. If it's cheeks over there, just
Lisa,
let me
ask
know.
Lisa. I'm not gonna repeat her, but you seen what she said, or maybe you didn't.
I don't. I'll be sitting here like, Lisa, do you really have a long list of shows that you watching? Because you got to X-Men really fast. Bullying works
No,
though.
she skipped. No, she skipped over things, but she only doing that to get into the episode that we got coming. Also, Reacher is on season 4. Guess what season Lisa on? Hmm.
I don't know what,
Season 4.
but then she'll be like, it's called Real Movie Lovers. That's a show, Lisa. That's a show. So she keeping tabs on it. But nah, this scene I thought it was very wholesome. Them getting themselves together to go undercover. And we have our crew at two different locations. of course, we talked about when they were with your boy at dinner, but then behind that scene, we have I don't know the I don't know old girl's name. It's Alexandra, and then the other agent that's working with them with the aircraft. I can't remember her name, but she was definitely undercover and they was at the bar. And then you got the crew at the club. Do you remember old girls? Because they was at where Maxim, Byron, and Kate was at dinner with the Russians, and then you had Alexandra and the other woman
Oh, the
at the
lioness
bar.
at the lioness with Maxim them, but then okay, I thought we were
Is she
looking.
a lioness?
Yeah, the second lady is because you remember he was like she's one of ours, Alexandra. The other girl wasn't. I would have to
Right.
assume because they trying to put a mark on they're trying to get one of the assets to flip to get some information from them. Is what
So
they're
the two different guys, they're two different assets, right?
so now that what I done that's what I didn't understand. I'm gonna keep it a buck because it felt because they put somebody on him. I didn't know if he
Yeah.
was watching or if it was like if you do something we gonna mess because it was the same dudes that took Alexandra people, her family. That's who those guys were.
Yeah. So you had them because they left with Byron.
Mm,
When Byron left,
hmm
they left with Byron. So I took that as like those are Byron's security guys, and plus they had the gun all out. So your boy saw it was just like, oh, so y'all just bringing the soldiers at dinner. You know, I ain't being discreet no more at all. Okay, but because you had Cruz and her boo thing at the club dancing on that mark that was there.
hmm
So it's two different marks. You have Charlie Charles who was talking to Charlie at the restaurant
At
where
the
the Russians
restaurant.
were.
Hmm
And then you had the other guy that was at the club.
I thought Bobby was here to try to
I did too.
I was like, what Barbie finna do? Looking like she finna go be a punk rocker. What they could have put in some better clothes. She dressed way. Have you ever seen her outside the show?
I have. It's completely different.
I
Yeah.
was like, but I get it. I get it for the show. I was like, okay. Like I thought she was like, and she couldn't have came up to me in no club.
They do give Bobby like I don't think this is I don't think this is offensive, like a butch type of energy and vibe. That's not no, that's not offensive.
I don't get to say what it is or not.
Me either. Well, I hope it's not. But like no, when you see her like in regular interviews,
Hmm
completely different. I'm like, oh, wasn't expecting that at all. But no, like I wasn't sure what Bobby was about to do in that scene.
I didn't need it because she went straight to him, but didn't say nothing.
Yeah. She was like, boss, this seemed like a waste of time. You got to get to you got to get through 60,000 bees to get to the queen. Bobby was like, nigga, I don't want to hear that shit.
60,000. That's
It is a lot of bees in a
colony.
yeah. So,
Yeah. hmm
but like Joe in this scene, like Joe looked like she looked annoyed and pissed off. But you trying to track down who sent these people to your house. So I definitely understood like her reaction to that. And
Yeah. I mean, it's a long shot because even Neil seen it on the
yeah,
TV and it was just like, that's you. Don't believe everything you see on the TV. But then I also go back to the previous episode. You lie to people that's close to you. You don't lie to strangers.
yeah,
So seeing how, this is all the fallout that comes from her, was just like, all right, so this is, hilarious, but it's a shot in the dark. And even, Morgan's character, even Mr. Morgan Freeman's character was just like, I mean, it's just going is this gonna move the needle? Like what? Shit, we hopefully it should do something. Because the whole thing is throw a bomb and see what rats come out of it. And it's
yeah,
like, yeah, but if no rats come from it, then what?
yeah. It definitely
It's
seemed like they throwing shit at the wall and seeing what stick, which is
with a
kind of
life.
crazy.
Well, it's not even with a life. It's not even with a life. It's with, with them, well, I get technically it's their lives. Because what if it's, there's still fallout? And I'm just in my head, like, if they watched you one time, they still watching, right?
Yeah. I mean,
They never cross your mind. Like you don't think they still watching them?
they could easily be having somebody follow you with everything that you've been doing. Somebody could be at that club watching you.
Man, like that's all I keep thinking. Like, man, somebody watch, and I would be interested to see if they get to if they get to her crew, or is it just her because they know who she is? Could it be a former lioness?
That would be a very, very interesting turn of events.
Not somebody we know, but just just a former lioness that they got hemmed up or they got caught.
Mm. But then would you think that like past Linus or current ones, they would all still be, I don't want to say under surveillance, but required to like check in?
I
Because you can't
mean,
just let an asset with that much information go. You see what I'm
I mean,
saying? To where it's just like,
a double agent is a double agent. They don't know who doing whatever they're doing now. I mean, do you think there's not a single mole or something somewhere? Like somebody doing something they shouldn't be.
I
Because
mean, yeah, but then also whoever it is, they're being very patient because they haven't made a step since episode 2.
yeah, because even I think the conversation with Byron, well, that may have been a conversation with Byron and Morgan and Caitlin's character, where they were saying that they embarrassed. They've been handed 3 L's back to back. Like, nah, they for the slow stroke us. Like they for the slow stroke us right now.
Slow stroke.
Yeah. Yeah, fuck us. Real slow. Real slow.
I I didn't say it because I didn't know what that meant. I just thought it was a very interesting word choice to be speaking. Like, okay, never mind. He was talking to Morgan. He was like, "Yeah,
Yeah.
we gave him 3 L's, so now they just about to slow stroke us." And yeah,
I'm just saying, hey, if you can't you embarrass somebody, we're not even talking. It's one thing to trip you when you walk and you fall on the ground. It's a whole nother situation to come in your country, kill your people, and kidnap an asset and take it back to my country, all under the guise of doing it for the country on the low end undercover. Yeah, now okay. You thought you thought.
that just I feel like the whole job was definitely a setup.
I'm
I
man,
think the whole thing was a setup for them.
I don't know if I said that from the beginning, but man, I don't know if it was worth it. I don't
No,
know if it was worth
we ain't seen no
it.
benefit. We haven't seen no benefit to. I mean, and the thing is, they all like even the beginning, they was just like kind of on the fence. Like, is this something we need to be doing? Like, is this worth doing? No, it was not. But yeah, I'm
Um,
curious, like where we're gonna go with those marks from the restaurant and from the club. And I'm also curious if Cruz is going to bring up that cell phone that she took from the car. So, and
that'll be that. I think that'll be interesting, the cell phone thing. Because I mean, it's if it's inside the car, that means I mean more than likely something of importance will probably come through. But at the same time, I think it may be a burner. But you never know what it can lead you to at the same exact time.
yeah, it might be some numbers in there. Even though with them leaving a cell phone that has any kind of numbers, it's sloppy, especially after they cleaned up all of the blood and the Joe being on that bed and everything like that. But who knows? Who knows? So, do you have any theories going into episode 5? Because I believe we're getting 8 episodes total.
Correct.
So, we're pretty much at the halfway mark.
Um, we're at episode 4. Now this was 4, right?
Yeah.
So episode 5, I think we get some type of revelation in this next episode. Maybe the person that's behind the kidnapping reveals themselves, or something comes out and America takes a L, or at least Caitlin and Byron take some type of L in this scenario, or maybe even the president fires somebody. in this next, like, get somebody who has to lose their job. Something's gonna happen next episode. You're gonna be like, man, I can't believe that shit. Or like, I mean, all roads led to this. Like this is what it is. What about for you?
Yeah, I don't think if they no, that Joe is still going to be in America next episode. But I'm curious to see, since the president is going to get this information, who the president is in the show. I don't know why I want to see who the president is as a cast,
Okay,
but
I
I'm
didn't, I didn't
like,
th I think that'd be it. We haven't seen the president at
we have
all.
not seen the president. No, I don't think
Hmm.
so.
Okay, I like that, the reveal of who the president could be.
Yeah. And if it's just like a no name, I'll be like, okay, well, that was
Nah,
hyped up for nothing.
it gotta. I mean, I would hope it'd be a name. Like, who could you see as president?
I don't know. Here go my ass. Somebody of color, but I'm like, realistically, Jazz, it's not. I don't know. I have no idea. But I do think the president, we will see the president and provide some definite some input on everything that's going on. I think them trying to fire anybody since they're in the middle of all of this, I don't think anybody would get fired. I think they would probably have to wait till it's just like, okay, there's nothing else we can do to try to fire somebody. But there's still options. We still got like maybe 15 hours, maybe. But yeah, man, I don't know. Hopefully Joe survives and she makes it back home to her kids. But a soldier is a soldier until the job is done or until they're no longer in the union anymore. So we'll have to wait and see.
Man, yeah, I can't. I'm interested, man. It's they have it going right now. That it has you at the edge of the seat. Like I said, the conversations that they have, and it's a lot of real serious conversations. But of course, it ties into our everyday life, so it is relevant conversation that they're having as well. And I'd be interested in seeing because, like I said, the Lioness group they did speak out against how or what this show portrays a lioness as. But I would be curious if, well, I've seen some military people actually talking about. I think like the one scene that's been pushing everybody was the fight that Joe had with Josephina. A lot of people been talking about that scene, and I was like, yeah, I think that was a pretty good a pretty good back and forth. And they say that's what it looks like over there, or whenever they doing it, just like the high ranking officer. You never want to see this type of thing happen. So I'm ready. I'm interested. I'm interested in seeing, how what happens next, but also how they wrap this season up. I'm definitely curious. I don't If I was a betting man, I wouldn't put money on Zoe leaving this show. I think Zoe is the selling point of this show. And I spoke with this black woman recently, who we had like a lot of like TV stuff in common as far as with it. But in this show, she was just like, yeah, I like Cruz, but I come back for Zoe. Like Zoe is the reason I'm here. So yeah, I personally don't think they'll get rid of Zoe in the show. She may be in a different position, but I don't think they'll get rid of her. She'll still be a relevant part of this cast for sure. For sure, for sure.
What if like next season is Zoe, but it's flashbacks?
She's still in the show. She's still in the show. I think that works. It's like what's the other not Yellowstone.
Yellow Jackets.
Yellow Jackets, just like that. Shorty dead as an adult, but she's still a kid in the show. Sophia Thatcher character.
Oh, but those two different actresses.
But it's the same character though.
But don't nobody come back for Joe. They
But
come back for
I'm with
Zoe.
you. Right. I mean, but if I mean, but you like Sophia character. I don't know who you. I ain't come back to this show. So who you come back for now? It
I'm
wasn't
just
for Julie.
invested.
It wasn't for Julie. I mean, you're right. I just didn't. I will one day.
It fell off after season 2, but the final season is releasing this year. I gotta finish it. I have to. I have to see how it ends. But I did have a question for you. So if once this show wraps up, let's just say we get 4 seasons, if they decided to do a spin-off series with her daughters, where one of
Why?
them becomes Wait, let me get my question out. To where one of them becomes a lioness. And of course, it's like 10, 15 years into the future. Would you
I thought it
watch
was two.
that?
I would not. I thought about that. I thought about that. You said 10 years in the future?
Yeah, to where it's just like at least 10, 15
It wouldn't. It
years.
wouldn't. So it wouldn't be the girl. It'd be somebody else as playing the girl.
Yes.
Okay. I probably get behind that.
Or
I
hell,
can,
knowing you might be like, put Chase in there. And it ain't
I
even got
did
to
say
be
that.
10 years.
That was for my first thought. Ooh, Chase with that Taylor right. Ooh, Sicario. Let me see it. I want to see it. I want to see it. But I don't know how I see that. Okay, so that now you playing with future stuff. I can't see them doing that. But I did think that. I did think that. Like, what if her daughter wanted to go? But I mean, like, I don't think you just go be a lioness. You gotta like we gotta see
I
this
mean,
person
it's
climb up the ranks type
but we
thing.
ain't even got to see all that. It's like you going through training, but or even if it's okay, who you see, it's gonna be the oldest one. Of course, it's gonna be the oldest one. I know you're not trying to see her, but let's just say you see her 10 years in the past, going through the particular trainings to become a lioness. And then you have it to where present day, which is 10 years, 15 years from when she got into the program, and you have a different actress to where you see her as a young character where she is now, how we were introduced to her in Lioness, but then you see her also as a grown woman already in the program.
I don't hate that. I don't hate the idea. I can say that. I don't hate the idea.
But do you like the idea, Jason? Would you watch the show? Is the question.
I mean, I probably would. I probably would watch it. I do think there's a better angle, a better angle to go with. I don't know what it is currently. I would think about that, but
See, niggas be like, I think of something better, but I just don't know what that better is.
not right now because you just hit me on the spot with it. I'm just
okay, my bad.
yeah,
Let it
like
marinate.
I thought about this and I was like, do I care about it? I can't see it. Like her going into it, that defeat that would like kind of almost defeat her purpose. Like her whole thing right now, she crying about everything. So her deciding to go into if her mama died, I can see her going into it.
And she's a kid. And then while she's going through the trainings, you would see characters like Bobby or Cruz possibly popping up.
Yeah. I mean, I would hope they don't I mean, a lot of the spinoff shows do definitely stray a lot away from what the original shows were with Taylor. They do stray a lot. So it'll be interesting. Like I said, he did Yellowstone and two of the kids from Yellowstone have their own TV shows now. So
see, he giving kids shows.
I mean they older than us. So I mean they kids.
No, them ain't no kids.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Young.
Like
them folks old.
Yeah. Hey, they older. They're older kids. But yeah.
Okay.
Just doing their own thing. Yeah. I'm not mad at that.
I didn't have anything else for this episode. Was there another scene or anything you want to discuss?
I don't think so. I think we went through everything that we went through the high points. We went through the high points of this episode. We went through the episode in all honesty.
So, Justice for Kyle.
Fuck Kyle.
Justice for Kyle.
Fuck you, Kyle.
But thank you for those listening and watching. Please be sure to like, subscribe, rate, review, and check out our regular episodes that we have dropping every Tuesday. By the time this episode drops, we'll be getting ready for our episode 220, End of Oak Street review, where we had our brother Anthony from Talking Ish, a podcast amongst friends, joined us. And we also have our Lanterns review, prepping for episode 2's discussion for our side quest review as well. Yeah, Jason, was there anything else you wanted to add?
I don't think so. Was it something I needed me to add in? No.
Nope.
No.
I was just
okay. Just make
no. I was seeing if you had anything you wanted to add, my brother.
You didn't mention. Did you mention the road? You didn't. I don't think you mentioned.
I didn't. Yes. So we are introducing a new series. See, Jason, that's why when I said you wanted to add
and we ain't even got to say it just yet. And we ain't got to say it just yet. I think next week will be perfect. Really. But if you want to throw it out there, just let them know for the people that don't know.
No, nobody know. Well, I mean, I guess
you're right.
People know.
You know what I'm saying?
See,
now you're debating in your head, huh? Look at
I'm just like,
do I want to say it? Do I not want to say it? Do I want to say it? I don't want to say it.
6, 7.
Save for next week. Save for next week. Let the people know. Then
I'll
we
save
can
it
let them
for Little Giants.
I think that'll be perfect.
That's where initially I was going to say it, but you threw me for a
sense.
loop when you was like, "But Jazz, what about?" And I was like, "Oh,
it was just you see, it's just a conversation between. But it's all right. They gonna get it when they get it. It'll be on the main line, not the sideline. You feel me? Hello.
Sides don't get important information. Only the main ones do. Only the main ones. But this is the Was It Good Though podcast about movies and TV shows. I am one of your hosts. I am Jazz.
And I am Jason.
And until next time, y'all, cheers.
Deuces.